All right, we're here with Amarius Mims,
Yes, sir.
right tackle, Georgia. And Amarius, you burst onto the scene for folks in the media who love offensive line play. Last season, 2022 season, when I believe Warren McClendon went down with an injury,
Yes, sir.
you had to step in against Ohio State in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
And Rick, you look like a grizzled veteran out there, and you were throwing dudes around. Explain how that game was for you in terms of being mentally prepared, knowing that you had to go in, the level at which you played, and then talk about perhaps some of the frustrations you had this year with the injuries when we didn't get to quite see as much as Amarius as we wanted to.
Like I said, honestly, I remember Coach was harping. We, as O-line player, we needed to have a good game, honestly, to win that game because the games are won in the trenches, and I firmly believe that. And like I said, Coach was telling me, you know what I'm saying, this right here is going to be your game. You're the starter, you know. And don't do anything special, just be you. And I just remember going in, I'm like, oh my God. Really my first career start, honestly. And I was like, I wasn't nervous at all, just to be honest with you. I just knew I had to, get my job done. So, like I said, that was a big game for me, and that kind of opened things up to now, really. And I'm very thankful for that game. And like I said, it was just an amazing time I had with my guys winning that game, especially at 12 o'clock at night. How the time switched over when we won, that was smooth.
Yeah. This year, again, started out very strong,
Yes, sir.
and everybody's talking about, okay, this may be the first tackle off the board this year, and then all of a sudden you had a setback with the ankle. Can you talk a little bit about going through that adversity and how you handled that? Because you guys had another, as always, outstanding team,
Yes, sir.
but coming down the stretch, you couldn't finish.
Honestly, like I said, I remember first game was UT Martin, pretty good game. Ball State, and then got to South Carolina. Unfortunately, I went down with a high ankle sprain.
You got rolled up on in that game.
Yes, sir. Didn't really think much of it, honestly. Just like my ankle was hurting, but I got an MRI the next day, and it turns out I needed surgery. So my timeline, I remember Doc was telling me about 6 to 8 weeks, and I was like, that's over half the season. I'm like, ain't no way. And he was like, it depends how rehab goes. You can come back. Sometimes it takes longer. But like I said, I was in the middle of that, 6-7 week mark, counting the bye week. And just like I said, I was down on myself a little bit because I had high expectations coming into the season because, I was the first full season starter at the time. So it was more of like kind of got down on myself. But I'm thankful for guys like Tate Ratledge and, Seth Van Pran, those guys, staying in my circle, keeping me up. And like I said, my first 2 or 3 weeks, on a scooter, crutches, trying to get around still. Like I said, I was still down on myself, but when I started getting back around the guys and started progressing throughout my injury, seeing them seeing practice and stuff again, it just brought me back to spirit. My spirit was good again. And then I remember right before Ole Miss game, I was cleared. I know I was gonna play that week, and I was just excited because I'm like, to miss six games, it's a lot of time, just to be honest with you. And at that time, I'm thinking about, I'm coming back another year, just being honest with you. And but fast forward now, I didn't come back. I ended up declaring for the draft. But that was like a strong talk I had with Coach Smart, my family, and my agent. So
now you're here, you get the opportunity to talk to us. So
Yes, sir.
that's the price you have to pay. Rick and I talked about this a lot when we talk about you and the offensive line class. We both loved Broderick Jones, your former teammate who was drafted by the Steelers, but we thought that you were physically better coming out, and that just speaks to obviously your athleticism and your work ethic. Who are some of the players, past or present, that helps you on the offensive line, and who are some of the toughest matchups you had in practice with all these first-round picks coming out of Georgia in defense?
Honestly, like I said, a guy who helped me from high school all the way through the time he left and got drafted into the NFL was Warren McClendon. It's crazy. Many people don't know. Me and Warren had the same O-line coach in high school, Coach Ryan McKenzie. So, like I said, I built a relationship with Warren earlier than many people knew. So I've been knowing Warren since my junior year of high school, really sophomore year. That's because then I got my first offer from Georgia. But like I said, he's one of the guys that, stayed extra, showed me the ropes, when to turn it on, when to turn it off, when to be serious and, when it's time to have fun. And, I still talk to Warren to this day. He still gives me tips. Like right before I left Texas to come down here for the combine, he texted me and called me and was like, good luck, this is what you should be expecting, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. So I'm very thankful for Warren, relationship me and him have. So
as you're meeting with these teams and because of your raw talent, your raw athleticism, has anyone talked to you about potentially switching over to the left side?
Like I said, I feel like as a tackle, you know what I'm saying, you have to be ready to play both. I know a lot of guys, and I was one of the guys that was like, how would you feel playing left? And like I said, I love it. I don't mind playing left or right. It's just, the practice reps. Some people think it's easy to do it, but it takes a lot of reps, honestly, to go from right to left tackle. And I've got a lot of reps under my belt, in the practice standpoint.
So have you done left tackle reps in practice?
In practice, yes, but in the game, no.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I'll ask you one last thing, and this will be the easiest question you answer all week, I think. What is the craziest part about your diet?
My diet? Whew. So right now I'm about 340, just being honest with you.
Is that where do you want to be?
Really, like I said, between that 335, 340 range.
Oh, you're right where you need to be.
Like I said, as long as my body fat's pretty good,
yeah,
like which it has been, like I said, I want to stay in between that range. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna take you through can I take you through like my breakfast schedule, lunch schedule, and all that good stuff? That's cool?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so normally to like maintain my diet and like I said, to get the calories I need, and I'm gonna have a big breakfast. That's every day. I need like 4 or 5 eggs, some pork sausage, some bacon,
okay,
some cheese grits, and 2 blueberry pancakes. That's what I do. So that's every day. Lunch I like it light. You know what I'm saying? I get like a bowl of fruit and some ramen noodles. Just to be honest with you, I don't like to eat a lot for practice, but that's fine with me because like I said, that's kind of light to me. And then for dinner, we usually have steak 2 or 3 times a week at Georgia, so that's my favorite food. So I'm gonna get that steak. But if I'm feeling good, you know what I'm saying, weight's down, sometimes I go to Popeyes.
A spicy chicken sandwich?
Yeah, that's smooth, but I'm more of a chicken guy, 3-piece combo.
Oh, okay, all right, all right.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask you one last thing. We're going to play a little game here. We'll see. I'm going to give you 2 offensive linemen, and you tell me which one you prefer. I'm going to go down the list. And you can keep the offensive lineman, or you can trade up. All right, you ready? Teron Armstead or Ronnie Stanley?
Teron Armstead.
All right, Teron or Tristan Wirfs?
Teron.
All right, Teron or Rashawn Slater?
Teron.
All right, here we go. Teron or Penei Sewell?
Teron.
I think you put these in the wrong order, Producer Debo. All right, Teron or Lane Johnson?
Lane Johnson.
Okay, there we go. Lane Johnson or Laramie Tunsil?
Laramie Tunsil.
All right, here we go. Laramie Tunsil or the man that this guy drafted, Christian Darrisaw?
Oh, Laramie Tunsil.
Oh, I'm changing my grade on you.
Oh, man.
No, you stay with Laramie. All right, here's the last one. Laramie or Trent Williams?
Come on.
It's only one answer to that. That's Trent Williams.
Okay, all right.
He's kind of like the goat of that group,
Oh, yeah,
isn't he?
100%.
But he was convicted about Laramie. He had convictions about Teron. So, yeah, you like guys that have strong opinions and aren't swayed by you saying silly things to them, right? All right. Amarius Mims, right tackle, Georgia. Perhaps left tackle in the NFL. We'll see. Amarius, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, I appreciate y'all.